Hello, everyone, and happy Thursday. I am back this week and I'm so excited to be here. Hey, Chuck, thanks for joining today. Hey, Jerry, glad you're here today. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Again, I am Kylene. I'm here every week talking about gratitude and different things that kind of go along with gratitude. And the reason why I think it's so important to talk about gratitude is because it's like our superpower we can all access. And so we'll dive into that a little bit more later. But hey, Darla, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Karina, thanks for joining. Yeah, so it's Thursday already. It's middle of August, I guess, already. Time is definitely flying by. Our son is getting ready for school. That will start, I guess, a little over a week on the 22nd. I could be wrong, but I think it's the 22nd. So we have a lot packed in before then. So we'll be doing a little bit more traveling. I'm going to go to my cousin's wedding up in Minnesota. So that's pretty exciting. That's where I grew up, and I just love getting back to Minnesota. It's one of my favorite places. I love just being by the water and going fishing and all that good stuff. So we'll be able to do some of that when we go up there. I know Aaron is excited to swim in the lake. I'm just kidding. He doesn't really like lakes as much as I do. So, hey, Cindy. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Wendy. Good afternoon to you. Hope things are going well. Yeah, so today, Thursday, I am just really thankful for my family and my friends. We have been very fortunate this summer to spend time with our family and go on some family trips, and it's just been a bonus. And it's been a wonderful summer, and it's gone by fast, but I'm just so thankful for it. And then one more trip here coming up, and we'll see some more friends and family, and just enjoy time together. So it's definitely a blessing. So I'm really thankful for those opportunities that we've been able to take advantage of this summer. So yeah, so if you guys want to share what you're thankful for today on this Thursday, go for it and go ahead and put them in the comments. I love hearing what other people are grateful for. It lifts me up. It creates a higher vibration, and we all have so many things to be grateful for, because when we're in that state of gratitude, when we choose to look for the good, right, we choose to notice and appreciate things that we have in our life, we start to vibrate at a higher frequency because we're in a state of abundance. We start to notice and appreciate all the wonderful things that are just right around us, from clean air to water to drink, to our health, to a pen, to a comfortable chair, to air conditioning, you name it, for waking up in the morning. I mean, there's so many things to be grateful for in our lives, even when things are challenging. And I know we all have tough times. It's part of life, right? That's what makes us appreciate the good times that much more, is because we are noticing what we do have instead of focusing on what we don't have. And so when we come back to that state of mind in those difficult times, it just helps us get through those difficult moments a little bit easier. Not to say that it doesn't take any pain or any discomfort away. It's just a tool for us to get to a place that gives us more of the happy feelings, the more positive feelings to keep moving forward. But yeah, so I think I missed the comment and I apologize for that. Erin, thank you. I'm grateful for volleyball. I love competing and having fun. Yeah, it was fun. Last week we got to go see Erin play volleyball. It was lots of fun. Today I'm thankful for my cousin Ashley, bringing her on board to help out with blog and emails has changed our communication with our client for the better. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, it's so good to have help, right? And that's a little bit about kind of what we'll talk about here today with taking 100% responsibility, but that's wonderful. And then appreciating what she's bringing to your business, right? What she's adding to your business, what she's allowing you to do. It's awesome. So thanks for sharing. Jerry, I'm grateful for my granddaughter. We're expecting her baby sister in November. Oh, awesome. Congratulations. That's super exciting. I got to hold a baby last weekend. We were at Erin's family reunion and there was a little 7-week-old baby, and I haven't held a baby in forever. And I guess I was staring long enough for the grandma to come over and ask if I wanted to hold a baby. So I got my baby fix. So it was pretty awesome. Definitely brought a lot of joy to me. It's just little babies are amazing. So awesome. Exciting times for you, Jerry. Yeah. So today I just wanted to talk about how taking 100% responsibility for your life and allows us really to share our true talents with the world, right? It allows us to experience life in the way that we were supposed to, right? In the way that gives us the positive fulfillment, the positive feelings, more fulfillment, which leads to more happiness. All those things are so important. And so we need to really take a deep dive into taking 100% responsibility for ourselves and our actions and all that good stuff. And I know 100% responsibility sounds like a lot. I've talked about this before on here. Taking 100% responsibility for your life is important. Oh, go ahead. Christy wrote, "Hey, Christy, definitely grateful for my desire to achieve greatness, pushing myself to be better." Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so proud of you. I have a picture of Kylene and the baby if anyone would like to see it. Yeah, I have a pretty big smile on my face, I'm sure. Oh, yep. Yeah, I didn't even get the little guy's name. Isn't that sad? I held him for a while too, but he was a cutie. He was a sweetheart. So yes, that was my that was my baby fix. That brought a lot of joy to my face. Yes, yeah. So there's a whole formula, and I'm just going to do a quick refresher, and I'm not going to go too deep into it, but E plus R equals O. So all of this is based on the Success Principles by Jack Canfield. He is my mentor, trained as a certified Canfield trainer in the Success Principles. So that's where all of this is kind of coming from. So it's things that I think we all know to do, but when you break it down and put it in a formula, sometimes it's a little bit easier to understand, to wrap your head around and apply to your life. So E plus R equals O. So E is your event. That's whatever's taking place in your life, whatever that experience is happening right at that moment. R is your response to that event. And those two together equal the outcomes you're receiving. So if you're not getting outcomes in your life that are desirable or what you're hoping for, you can go back to your response to change how you respond to that event to try to get and to achieve those outcomes, those desired outcomes that you want in your life. The events are the events. They keep happening. That's life, right? That's when COVID happened, right? We couldn't stop that. That was just in our life. But we could choose how we responded to that to get more of a positive outcome or an outcome that we desire. So the R is your point of power. That's where you have control. So, if you're not feeling good about whatever outcomes are happening in your life, wherever you're at, it's time to really reflect back and look at those responses. How are you responding to the things happening in your life that aren't giving you the outcomes that you're desiring? And it's important to do this without any self-judgment. Just really be kind to yourself as you go through this. Don't blame yourself. Don't shame yourself. Don't just be kind to yourself as you reflect back, because guess what? You can't go back and change the past. The past happened. You can only continue to move forward. So learning from that event, learning how you responded and the outcome you got didn't get you that where you wanted to go, right? So you go back to that, how you responded to that event. What could you do different in the future to get more of a desired result, right? And so I hope that makes sense. Kind of explaining the E plus R equals O formula for you, because there are a million different choices that we could make for events in our life. We can respond and show up in so many different ways. And so it doesn't hurt to try to respond differently, right? And reflecting back, what can I learn from that experience that I could change or tweak moving forward? And so taking that 100% responsibility really truly does empower us to create the life that we want, create those feelings that we want. And sometimes, coming back to gratitude here, sometimes when you start your day focusing on gratitude, it can get you in that state of mind that'll allow you to process the events that are going to happen to you that day. And maybe you'll respond in a more positive way to get you the outcomes you like. So it's a superpower that we can access at any time, all the time, right? And it just really helps us to show up in the world that we're the way we want to, the way that will give us the most meaning and fulfillment and joy, by just reflecting back on the things and appreciating the experience, right? Leaving those expectations and appreciating what you did get, learning from it, and moving forward. So I hope that makes sense. Just know that you are doing the best that you could at that time when you responded to that event that gave you an outcome you didn't truly desire. Just again, being kind to yourself when you reflect back. You did the best you could at that moment. And so take care of yourself, and that allows you to continue to move forward in a more desirable way. So taking care of your mind, whether that's leading with gratitude, maybe it's eating healthy, maybe it's getting enough sleep, maybe it's asking for help. Like Wendy said earlier, she has some help now with her business, and that allows her to reach her customers in a way that she wasn't able to fully do before. And now it's just added so much more to her business. So asking is so important. And Erin wrote, give ourselves grace, something I have to work on daily. Yeah, because guess what? We all know we're our own worst critic. We critique, we definitely sometimes don't talk as nice to ourselves as we probably should. And so turning that around again into your inner coach, encouraging yourself to keep moving forward, encouraging yourself, okay, that didn't go as planned. What could I do different moving forward? And just taking that moment to respond, reflect is so, so, so critical. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, when you look back on your responses and the outcomes you have in your life. So our body loves to communicate with us. It's just whether or not we choose to listen. I had a yoga teacher, and she kind of created a whole yoga class around this, but our bodies do a wonderful job of letting us know something might not be right, something doesn't feel right. But we like to sometimes ignore those thoughts, ignore those feelings that we have, that that internal response to an event or to something, to a person. You feel a certain way when things aren't quite right for you. And so that's what I wanted to focus on here, because when we can start to pay attention to those alerts, or as Jack Canfield says in the book, he calls them yellow alerts. When you start to pay attention to those, that gives you the awareness you need to change that response to that event, so you can take that responsibility for your life and make a different response, and then continue to move forward so you don't have those feelings anymore. But those feelings I'm talking about, they're, you get that feeling in your stomach, something's not right. Intuition is huge, learning to listen to that. Fear is huge. You feel some fear in this situation. That gives you the chance to analyze, is this real, or am I just fantasizing this and creating this all in my head? You get a chance just to process what that really is. There's also, looking at other people. Did they follow through with what they said they were going to do? A friend maybe gave you a heads up. Hey, this might not be the best person to do this job for you, or you saw them treating someone else poorly, and that's not how you do business, or you want to show up in the world or associate yourself with. Those are yellow alerts. When you start noticing these things that don't feel right for you, start listening to that so you can respond in a way and make a different choice to get yourself out of those situations that are creating those yellow alerts. Christine, hey, good. Thanks for joining. Definitely need to listen to my intuition. The times I haven't listened, it usually hasn't gone well for me. Yeah. And then you look back, right? And you're like, oh, my gut feeling was this, and I should have listened to that. Yeah. But it's hard. It is hard. But the more we practice doing it, the more we learn to trust ourselves. We can continue to move forward closer to sharing our true talents, our true gifts with the world, because we're going to start surrounding ourselves with the people that lift us up, the people that bring us joy, the people that are like-minded, the solution-oriented, growth-oriented, all those positive things. They're going to start to show up for you, right? When you start putting yourself in the situation and surrounding yourself with the people, situations, experiences, whatever they might be, that you're desiring. I hope that's coming across well. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking in circles, but this is so important, and something that I am still learning. At 42, I'm still learning these things, learning to trust myself more, learning to trust my gut, trust my intuition. And I will say yoga has really helped me with this, because it's made me be intentional about calming down my mind with my breath and controlling myself more before I just respond. And and as well as just listening to your body with what it needs, what it's feeling, and then analyze that. Why am I getting this upset stomach when I think of this, going to do this event? Or maybe I am going to go interact with this person and I have kind of the heebie-jeebies, something doesn't feel quite right. Then you get to make a different choice. Can you avoid that situation? Can you choose to have a different person around you in that situation? You get to make that choice. And that's where the empowerment is. And that's where you're taking responsibility for your life. That's the 100% responsibility that we all are able to do. And I know it's hard, but if we just act as if we are responsible for everything that we're experiencing in our life, it gives us the control to continue to move forward in a way and show up in a way that that we desire, and that is giving us those positive feelings that we need to share our true gifts with the world. Christina, Christine wrote, yoga and exercise are such a great way to center yourself and get rid of stress. We carry a lot more tension and worry in our bodies than we're aware of sometimes. Oh, that's so true. Well said. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That is so true. Our body stores these experiences inside of us deep down. And we need to fully experience it, right? We need to process those emotions, not just bury them down. So, not just quieting that inner that inner voice, that intuition, not just quieting it down and just pushing on, but take a moment to reflect. Why am I having this feeling, and what could I do differently to move forward? Or if it's a fear feeling, analyzing that, seeing if this is really just something that my brain wants to keep me in my comfort zone instead of moving forward, analyzing that, or am I really in danger? That's the other outcome. My favorite quote by Jack Canfield is, everything that you want is on the other side of fear. And so for me, that's so true, because I love to stay in my comfort zone. I'm sure you all know the story of how long it took me to come on here and do these lives and share with you all the success principles and gratitude and everything. It took me a long time, and that's because I had this fear of being judged. I had the fear of showing up and not sounding not sounding smart is the word that comes to mind, because I wanted to be polished. I wanted to sound like the people do that have been doing this for many years, the professional speakers you see. I wanted to sound like Jack Canfield when I talk about the success principles. But finally, with a lot of encouragement by Aaron, I was able to just jump in and do it. And then it was ugly at first. It wasn't great, but guess what? I was still doing it, and I'm still doing it today. I survived that fear, and it is getting me closer to those feelings of fulfillment, because I'm so passionate about everyone experiencing life and joy and fulfillment in whatever way is most meaningful for them. And it looks different for everyone. And that's kind of the beauty of it. And so once we experience that, then we know we're sharing our gifts with the world. We're sharing our light. We're sharing our true potential with the world, because we're being true to ourselves. We're listening to ourselves. I missed a comment there, I think, Erin. Sorry. You have made so much progress in your comfort level on camera. Well, thank you, Christine. You've definitely been an inspiration for me. You definitely are on your weekly live and doing great. And I appreciate all your inspiration and encouragement doing that. It's something that I think you have to realize, the fear. It's real, and fear shows up in different places for everyone. For me, it was being on camera and showing my face and sharing things, sounding not like my mentor does, but sounding like Kylene. And I think once I embraced me, who I am, how I want to share this message with the world, because I'm not Jack Canfield. There's only one of him. there's only one of me. So I show up like me, and then having that realization that I might not be for everyone, and that's okay too, right? That's completely okay. I only want to, again, surround myself with like-minded people, and I don't know. It's something that I had to take control of. I had to change my response, because my response before doing this was no. Plain out, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't need to do that, right? But what I found was, once I did start changing that response to the event, was that I was getting more outcomes that I was desiring. I was feeling more positive feelings inside. I felt like I was actually making a difference by sharing the success principles, talking about gratitude, because we all know, I have an attitude of gratitude, right? It just sounds, everyone kind of knows that, but but so why would I talk about it every week? And I talk about it every week because sometimes we need to be intentional about our thoughts. Sometimes we need to be intentional about gratitude because it is a superpower we all have access to. And once we can have that attitude of gratitude, right? Once we get in that state of abundance, we just start attracting more good things to us. And why not share that with the world, right? That's like the law of attraction going to work for you. You start getting more good things coming to you in a genuine way instead of forcing things and not really truly having those positive feelings, right? Um, being grateful for what you have, being grateful for the people that are surrounding you. I'm so grateful for all of you for showing up today and contributing and sharing. It fills you up and it feels good. And then it's a ripple effect, how it spreads out to other people. And it's pretty awesome. Christy wrote, everybody fights times of doubt, but the ones that don't quit are the ones that find reward. I love listening to you speak. I always feel good afterwards. So thank you, Christy. It's awesome. And Christine wrote, why don't you want to sound like anyone else? What you bring to the world is something no one else can bring, and the world is a lesser place if we miss out on what you have to contribute. All right, well said. That was it. Yeah, that's your true gift. We all have different gifts that we share. We all will make an impact, whatever that is and looks like for you. We're all unique, and once we really embrace our uniqueness, that's when the magic happens. That's when you really get to be comfortable because you can talk about those things all the time, right? You don't have to have a script. You don't have to have, I don't know, like I used to do. It was like a speech for, it was like a speech in speech class I would have written out before I'd go in here and live. And it didn't come across genuine because I wasn't comfortable yet. And it's still a work in progress. But now that I'm becoming more comfortable in my own skin, especially in front of the camera, I feel like I love talking about this. I believe in this fully. And if it can help someone, then I'm going to share it. And that's, I think, what I keep coming back to when it comes to, sharing my true gifts and taking responsibility for myself and how I want to show up in the world. And so that response again was for me was to learn from the events that was happening when I first started doing the lives, tweaking it and just embracing and appreciating where I was at as I continued to grow and move forward, and still doing that every day. So I encourage all of you to continue to do that. Reflect back on your life. Where are some areas in your life that you want to tweak? You want to get a little bit more fulfillment, or maybe you want to experience a little bit more joy, or maybe you want to, I don't know, maybe it's a personal you want to have, be kinder to yourself inside, whatever that might be, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, being healthier, all of those things. I just encourage you guys to reflect back on those areas and see what you could do to take more responsibility for your life. Just there's a activity that we do in the Success Principles training in our workshops, and one of them is just taking 5% more responsibility for your life in that area. Just 5%. And over time, that 5% just kind of grows, and it makes a big difference over time. But 5% at first is doable, right? That feels more achievable. And then it's still going to make a positive difference in your life. And then you continue to grow from there. So that's my encouragement for you all. So your call to achievement is going to be to take care of yourself, to truly make yourself a priority. So make your physical body health a priority. So what that means is take care of your body and your mind. It's so important because when you are in a healthy state of mind, when you are feeling strong, when you're feeling centered, when you're feeling not balanced, but balance comes to mind. Just when you're feeling good inside, you get to respond to the events that's happening in the world in a more positive way to get you those outcomes you're desiring. Everything kind of trickles and kind of flows into place, right? When you're in a healthy state of mind. And so I'd encourage you to make yourself a priority. I would love if you guys want to join me for yoga. If you sign up at riseshine.yoga, your first class will be free. And there's chair yoga. So if you need a little extra support as you move through the postures, perfect. Otherwise, it's gentle yoga, which is very gentle and great for beginners, but also experienced people who have been in the world of yoga for a long time. It's still very good for that, but that's a great way just to come back, quiet your mind, strengthen your body, and then you get to start your day with more focus and energy, and you get to show up in the way that you want to show up. So, but if yoga is not your thing, maybe you go for a walk. Maybe you read a good book. Maybe you start your day doing a gratitude journal or something like that. Whatever it might be, to take care of yourself inside. That is so important and will help you to take 100% responsibility for your life. Show up in the way that you were meant to show up in your unique way. And then you get to really share your talents and gifts with the world. And so that is your call to achievement. So I also wanted to talk about this weekend on Saturday, we have an Unlock Your Potential workshop. So our successgroup.com/unlock. Please, if you are interested or you have questions, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to share a little bit more about what this is all about. But this is a little bit about, how our bodies experience the world and store those feelings inside of us. And so those stored feelings that haven't been processed yet can keep us stuck in some areas in our life. And it maybe doesn't allow us to grow the way that we're wanting to, and we're kind of fighting extra hard to get through it. Well, this workshop helps you identify it so you can more quickly process those feelings and move forward. So I'd love to have you guys there. Join me and Erin for that. It's an hour long on Saturday. I believe it is at 3:30, Erin. I could be wrong, but anyway, 3:00. So it's oursuccessgroup.com/unlock. That's another great way for you to take care of your mind, right? Take care of you, invest in you, start doing the work for you so you can have that life that you're desiring. So, yes. So, I guess I just encourage you guys to use gratitude and truly feel appreciative of what you have in your life and focus on that versus the things that you don't have. And I know it can be hard sometimes, especially when life is difficult, but when you get in that habit, it really is life-changing, and it just starts bringing more good things to you, and you all deserve that. So that is what I will leave you with today. It's been awesome chatting with you guys. Thank you so much for interacting and joining me today. It means the world to me. Again, your call to achievement. If you want to join me for yoga and sign up, that first class will be free. It's riseshine.yoga or Unlocking Your Potential. Yeah, I just hope I see you more than just on here once a week. But if that's where I see you, that's awesome too. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Bye.